Good morning. This is Pastor Ernie Lewis of the Blue Point Church in Sisseton, Illinois, with your thoughts for Monday. Today, I'd like for us to turn our thoughts toward the 10 Commandments. We're not going to go over all 10 of them this morning. As a matter of fact, if you want to learn those, you need to go to John Forrest on Facebook. He has a great kids program that will teach you the 10 Commandments. I actually think that's where I learned them. But today, I'd like for us to focus on the second commandment. In Exodus chapter 20, the Bible says the first one is simple, love the Lord your God. But the second one says, thou shalt have no other gods before me. Now, that phrase, before me, I really don't think that suggests that an order of gods in your life. Let's see, I have 21 gods and I'm going to line them up. God will be number one. No. I really think the phrase is spoken better in verse 23 where he says, you shall not make other gods besides me. You see, these people had just left Egypt. Egypt was the Baskin-Robbins of gods. They probably had more than 31 flavors, to tell you the truth. But God is telling them, I want you to realize and stress, you shall have no other gods. In our modern world today, people have made almost everything a god. In Romans chapter 1, the Bible says that man came to worship the creature more than the creator. And that's the world that we live in today. A lot of idols are not only immoral, they're amoral. It's something like a house that we've bought, and everything in our life has to be about that, or the car that we own. Maybe even our family has taken the place of God, and it's more important and takes all of our time and energy and effort and our love. We find a lot of people who cheat in business have come to the place where they realize financial gain or money is much more important to them than God. Young people today move in together because they think that their relationship is their God. It's much more important than what God commands us in His Word about marriage and the family. And of course, there are people today who are looking at the internet for pornography. It's blown up, according to an article I read last week. During this quarantine time, everyone is going to the internet and looking at these, and images have dethroned God in a person's life. One of the things that I want us to recognize today is this is not a suggestion, this is a commandment. God said, you shall have no other gods. So I want us to remember that today and focus on the fact that I'm going to let God be God in my life. Isn't that simple? Well, it's not, but it's something we need to work at. And I want to make sure there are no other gods in my life, but God is all important and all supreme for me.